In Chapter 2, we study data types and arithmetic operations used in Java language. In Section 2.1, I am going to teach you about character strings. Character string is very important in Java language. A string literal is represented by putting double quotes around the text. Here are some examples of string literals. First, this is a string literal. This sentence is enclosed by double quotes like this, so this is a string literal. 123 Main Street, this is also a string literal because it is enclosed by double quotes. And here, there is only one character X. Even if this is just one character, if this is enclosed by double quotes, this is also a string literal. Strings are very important in Java. Actually, it is an object. I will explain about objects in detail in Chapter 3. Here are some more examples of string literals. You will notice that these are string literals. And here, question mark is a special character. Question mark is also a character, so if it is enclosed by double quotes, then this is also a string literal. And the number also can be a string literal, or if it is enclosed by double quotes. And next, here inside the double quote, there is a space. Space is also a character, so this is also a string literal. And next, the final, this one, there is nothing between these two double quotes. So this is opening quote and this is the closing quote. There is nothing within them. So this is called empty string. Empty string is also a string literals. One of the most important parts in coding is output. Even if you write the code well, if your code does not show the result properly, you will not be able to see the correct result. Let's look at an example in the book. The example starting with listing, like this, is from our textbook. There is a main method inside class Lincoln. See, there is a main method. System.out.println method means that to print what's inside the parentheses. Here, system.out.println method, and there is a parenthesis here, and inside this parenthesis you need to have a double quote, that is a string. So inside the system.out.println you need to have a string literals. So this means that just print out this string on the screen. Okay, so if you run this code, you will see two results like this. This is an output. And ln means that, here is print ln. ln means that print out this string and then press enter. It means like that. So ln means new line. So after print a quote by Abraham Lincoln and then press enter, so whatever you are, be a good one, will be printed out on the next line. In the Lincoln program, we invoked the println method to print a character string. The system.out object represents a destination, the monitor screen, to which we can send output. So this is a little bit complicated when you first saw this line, but this is not that difficult. You can think this as an object, and this means that monitor screen. And print line means print something, okay? And this is called method. Actually, if there is a parenthesis next to the name, then we can think this is a method. There is a parenthesis. So this means that print out this string on the screen. So in the parenthesis, we put some string, and this is an information provided to the method, we will call this as parameters. So this line, system.out.println, means that print the string in the parentheses on the screen. And println means to press enter after printing the contents in the parentheses. There is a print method also. The system.out object provides another service as well. It is a print method. The print method is similar to the println method. But ln means enter, new line. It means like that. So print method does not advance to the next line. Therefore, anything printed after print statement will appear on the same line. Let's look at an example. The example on the left side prints at first hello world, and there is no ln. There is no ln here. This means that there is no enter after printing hello world. So two hello world are printed on a line. On the other hand, on the right side, the example here, there is print line and print line. Print line means print this out, and then press enter. So hello world will be printed out and enter. This means that in the next line, the next hello world will be printed out. So there are some differences between print and print line. I think you can understand this. Let's see more example. This is exactly the same example. In the first example, print line. So hello world and thank you are printed into lines like this. And this is print and print line. This means that after printing out hello world, do not press enter. So hello world and thank you are printed in one line. This is a code from the textbook. There are 6 print statements. The first 4 statements are print, and next 2 are print line. So as you see here, these 5 lines, 3, 2, 1, 0 lift off will be printed out in one line. And after printing out lift off, since there is a print line, see, print line here, so the Houston, we have a problem, will be printed out in the next line. We can append 2 strings using plus sign. The string concatenation operator plus is used to append one string to the end of another. Here, peanut butter is a string and plus another string and jelly. Then it becomes one string like this. Plus sign can also be used to append a number to a string. We will see this example shortly. String concatenation is very useful when printing out long strings. Because a string literal cannot be broken across 2 lines in a program. Let's look at an example. If the string to be printed out is so long, so after this, I press enter here. Then error occurs. This is an error. The opening and closing double quotes must appear on the same line. So this is an error, and we can fix this by using plus operator. So here is one string. And then we put plus sign. Then this is okay. So if you want to print out long string, please use plus operator. And this is the same example. I just put this to show you what kind of error message will appear if we don't use plus sign properly. So this is the error message. See, string literal is not properly closed by double quotes. So please remember that always the opening double quote and closing double quote should be on the same line. If that is not the case, please use a plus operator. Here is an example from our textbook. Since the content that we have to print is long, we use plus to concatenate 2 strings. See, here concatenation of two strings. And if the parenthesis is empty, like this, one line is just skipped. That is, the computer just press enter here. And a string can contain numeric digits. So inside the string, there is a numeric digit, like this. So this is the output, print out of these three print statements. Numbers also can be added to the string. So here, string plus number, string plus number is okay. And here, string plus number plus string. This is also okay. So number can be added to string using plus operator. So these three lines are outputs from these three print statements. You know that a plus operator is also used for arithmetic addition. The function that it performs depends on the type of the information on which it operates. If both operands are strings, or if one is a string and one is a number, it performs string concatenation. If both operands are numeric, it adds them. The plus operator is evaluated left to right, but parentheses can be used to force the order. I'll provide some examples of mine and from the textbook. So addition.java is an example from the textbook we will see in shortly. We should be careful when using plus operator. Here, 15 and 50 are numbers, the first statement. So this plus is just arithmetic addition. So 65 is printed out. And in the second statement, this is a string and concatenated with this string. So hello world is printed out. If you use plus operator with a string and a number together, the order is important. Here, if a number appears after string plus, the number is regarded as a string. If there is a number before plus string, it is still a number. So computer thinks 55 is a string because it is after the string. And computer thinks 123 is a number because it is before the string. In this example, since there is only one number, we don't notice a big difference. And all of them are output just like strings. So this is the result of hello 55. And this is the first statement, 123 and hello. Yes, this is the print out result. The difference can be clearly seen when there are more than one number. These two lines, there is nothing special. So these two lines will just be printed out as it is. So this is the result of these two lines. And we need to compare these two. Before compare this, I hope you understand this. If more than one number precedes the string, since they are regarded as numbers, a numeric addition is executed. However, if more than one number follows the string, since they are regarded as strings, string concatenation is executed. So this is the example for this. So 10 plus 20, these two numbers are before this string. So in this case, the computer thinks these numbers are numbers. So addition, arithmetic addition occurs here. So 30 hello world is printed out. And about this one, the numbers are after the string. In this case, the computer thinks these are strings. So string concatenation will occur. So the final result is hello world and 10 and 20 are concatenated after hello world. Let's look at an example from the textbook. Both statements have two numbers after string. So in the first print statement, there are two numbers, and in the second statement, there are also two numbers. But there is a parenthesis here. This is a big difference. In the first statement, since the numbers are after the string, they are just added to the string. So the output is like this. You know that. In the second statement, the two numbers are enclosed in parentheses. Usually parentheses are used to change the order of calculations, and it means solving the parentheses first. Therefore, this line becomes like this. So finally, the output is like this. So as you see, after the string, if there are two numbers, the parenthesis is very important. Okay, let's do some quick check. What outputs are produced by the following? Okay, I'll show you an answer. This is the final answer. The first line, x colon 25, is printed out because there is only one number. This number just regarded as a string. And in the second line, there is a parenthesis. This means that we should compute 15 plus 50 first. So the output is y colon 65. And in the last, the colon and then 30050 is printed out. This is because if the two numbers are following the string, the two numbers are just added to the string. So this is the output. Now I explain about escape sequences. What if you want print out like this? So you want to print out like this. It means that in the print statement, double quotes are included like this. Perhaps you are going to try to like this. But this line would confuse the compiler because it would interpret the second quote as the end of the string. So to solve this problem, we need escape sequences. An escape sequence is a series of characters that represents a special character. An escape sequence begins with a backslash character. This is the backslash. So if you write like this, escape sequence, then you can have this output. Backslash quote means that just print out double quote. Let's check what kind of error occurs when the escape sequence is not used. So to print out like this, if I write a string inside the print line statement like this, then computer says it is a syntax error on token hello. This is a compiler error, so we cannot see the result. So instead of this, we need to write using escape sequence. Now we can have a result like this. Here are some Java escape sequences. Among them, please memorize the red ones. So backslash T means tab, and backslash N means new line, so it is an enter. So backslash N is in the string. The computer advances to the next line. And backslash quote, double quote, prints out one double quote. And if you want print out one backslash, then use two backslashes. Then two backslashes will print out one backslash. Let's see an example. There are 3 lines of a print statement. The first line will print out just hello world like this. And in the second statement, hello will print it out and then tab. This isn't tab, so this is tab. And word is print out. And in the last statement, at first hello is printed out, and then with this one, the computer will advance to the next line. So it's like enter. So hello, enter, and word is printed out like this. In this example, there are 4 print statements. The first line will print out hello world. And in the second statement, there is \n. Also, Java is printed out, and press enter and programming is printed out. So this is the result of the second print out statement. And in the third statement, Java is invented will be printed out, and enter by and enter again. So this is the result of the third print out statement. Java is invented, and enter by enter James Gosling up to here. And this is the print, that print line. So print means that after printing out this line, do not press enter. It means like that. Therefore, the first line, Java is an OP language, is printed out on the same line with the previous line. In this example, hello world just printed out hello world. And the second line will be printed out like this. Since we use escape sequence here, double quote is printed out. And in the third and fourth line, there is a single quote. To print a single quote, \ may or may not be used. So these two lines will give a same result like this. And if you want to print out 1 \, then you need to put 2 backslashes in the string. So if you want to print out like this, \, like this, then you must put a string like this. If you put just 1 \, like in this example, then compile error will occur. And the error is invalid escape sequence. So if you want to one \ will be printed out, you must put 2 backslashes. This is an example from our textbook. I hope you think about the output of this code at first. I uploaded all the lecture materials, so download them. Copy the code in it and run each code several times. It is difficult to learn code by just looking at it. So be sure to type the code yourself in front of the computer and check the results. This is the best way to learn programming languages and coding. Okay, then now go back to our code. As you know, to print out a long string, you need to use plus operator like this. Plus operator, plus operator, plus operator. This means concatenation of the strings. And look, escape sequences very carefully. So roses are red and enter and tab. So enter here and tab here. And the violets are blue, then enter. So next line will print out sugar is sweet. And enter and tab. So enter here and tab here. And there is a escape sequence for the double quotes. So commitment issues will be enclosed in double quotes like this. And enter and tab. So enter and tab again. And so I'd rather just be friends. Enter and tab again. So enter and tab again here. Then at this point in our relationship will be printed out. This is the final quick check in this section. Write a single print line statement that produces the following output. How can you do that? So you have double quote, okay, and then you need enter here. You need enter here. So sample code is like this. Before thank, you need double quote, and you know this plus operator to concatenate strings. And after tonight, there is also double quote. So after tonight, there is escape sequence for the double quote. And my home enter tonight. So \n should be here. So this is all for the section 2.1.